Hello there folks, and welcome back to another RPG Maker MVMZ tutorial. This time I'm gonna create a very quick video on how to turn a self switch on, and in this case there is not much to discuss about self switches, so I really hope this video will be very short. Now in order to actually test this, let's actually create an event. Let's keep in mind that it's event number 10, and let's say that okay, it's gonna be this one. So we're gonna apply, then we're gonna paste, and we're gonna create a self switch A. Okay, so this one we will turn it into this picture, and if the self switch is turned correctly, then we will know that the script actually works. Now this script I have been using for a long time, so um, let's actually remember it. So in order for a self switch to be changed, you need to you know, keep in mind the map ID, the event ID, and also the self switch that you want to turn on or off. Okay, so if you know the map ID and it's always gonna be the same map, you can skip this first line. However, it's not a problem if you actually use it, because if you use this one, you can actually use this script on any other map, but you still have to change the ID of the event. Okay, so I'm gonna say var map ID. So we're gonna create a variable that stores the name of the map, okay, the ID of the map. Okay, so we have map ID. Okay, now we have the map ID here. Okay, this one has a property called map ID. Okay, now this property actually takes into account the value, okay, of the map, okay, of the ID of the map that you are triggering this from. Okay, when this line is triggered from a certain map, that map's ID's value is gonna be stored into this map ID. Okay, now we're gonna create a key. Okay, now this key is just a variable, you can call it whatever way you want. Okay, but I'd rather call it key because it's short. And this one is basically an array. Okay, now what an array is, it's technically a collection of data which is separated by commas. Okay, and in this situation this array has a fixed form, and the first value in here you will have the map ID, which it can be 1 because it's the first map if we didn't have this. Okay, but now that we have this, okay, we can actually say map ID, because this map ID, okay, oh wait, it's actually map ID with a capital I, if I remember correctly. Okay, so key map ID, and then we have event ID, which is 10, and the self switch that we want to turn on, which is A. In this case, JavaScript puts semicolon for you, but let's actually put it as a sign of good practice. And then you have the magical function game self switches dot set value, and in here we introduce key and false. Okay, now key is the one in here because you're basically gonna load this array in here. Instead of writing key, you can actually put this array, but it's preferable that you put it in here. And if you want to turn the self switch on, okay, you write true. In case you want to turn it off, you write false. Okay, so if you have multiple events, you can actually do key 1, and let's say we have 6 events, so you can simply put key 2, key 3, key 4, key 5, and let's say key 6, and let's say event 12, event 15, event 22, event 21, let's 25. Okay, and you can actually put any letters in here from A to B to C to D. Okay, because well, that's how many self switches the game by default allows. There are plugins I heard that allow you more, but okay. And when you do this, okay, you can do this, then you can do this. Let's say you close this one, and that's basically how my game works. In many situations, a lot of switches and variables actually change their value. Okay, now if you have a lot of these, okay, there is a more advanced way of actually putting these, and again, this is something that I accidentally tried. So I will create an array called let's say self switch manipulator, or you can actually give it whatever name you want. An array is always represented by these square brackets. Okay, you don't necessarily have to do this, but it's a way of winning some space. Okay, no semicolon. Okay, and this one as well. You delete these ones, and that's basically what you can do. Any switch, self switch and the such you have to open, you can simply put them into an array. You put the value specifically, right, and then you separate them by commas. Okay, this is a bit more advanced, I can say. It's something that I tried because I thought it could be possible, and I was actually right. I've been using this for quite a while. Wait, we actually need this one. So now let's actually quickly try it. Let's actually delete this. I deleted those because, well, it's enough if I try with a single one. Okay, we can try with others as well, but let's not complicate things that much. Let's actually copy paste this one and make a setter choice and say turn on self switch A. Okay, turn off self switch A. Okay, let's actually put it the way I like it. Okay, disallow. So we have this one in here, turn off self switch A. As I was saying, one needs false in here. Okay, that's basically the same thing because it's the same event, the same map ID, and it's gonna be false. Okay, in this case. So let's actually give it this one. Okay, let's give this one a switch and this one a self switch. Or wait, let's actually try without a switch. So now we have save, and I've had a few situations in which if I turn more pages of the same event, it's actually not gonna be good, but we'll actually have to try. That is why I always make sure I close all other okay, so let's turn on self switch A, and I was met with an error that I can't even read. Okay, now the question is, why did this thing actually happen? Right. Basically this is exactly what you need to do, okay, to turn on a certain switch or to turn it off. Oh wait, unexpected token. Now I know why. Because this one is not written correctly. Okay. Okay, apply. Okay, save, start. And just as I was saying. Or you can simply give this one a switch, but if you do so, you'll also need to create a bit of an extra, let's say, turn on main event. Okay, let's actually write the switch. the script $game switches dot set value for true. So this one will be, we'll be using this one for the first time. And then when you turn cell switch A on, we're gonna make sure that this one is turned off. And now when we turn off this one, we're also gonna turn this one true. Okay, so you can create something like this as well, which can work something like turn on main event. It's gonna be the same thing. There's not gonna be any change. Okay, so hopefully you learned a bit. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. You are loved and appreciated. Take care of yourselves, and happy RPG making. Yes, learning the scripts can be a bit daunting, but the ones that are used for these events, like many of these are actually somewhat easy to understand. They're usually one single line, so yes, but if you don't know much programming, well, they might be a bit confusing, but just a bit. Okay, so keep practicing. You're more than good enough. Ferinjan Board signing out.